Hey, it's David. Welcome back to Orangeville Daily Homes. We have 20 properties that we're going to review today, but before we get into that, I just wanted to mention that I'm going to be hosting a investor seminar in the next couple of weeks. I haven't narrowed down a date yet, but if you're interested in figuring out how to get into the market of investing, then this may be for you. I don't know how your RSPs are doing, but I know how some of my clients' RSPs are doing, and so we're taking a look at investing in real estate, and it may not work for everybody, but there are a few people that are certainly taking advantage of that opportunity and are doing quite well. So I'd like to share that with the rest of you. So anyways, if you're interested, just reply back to the email, or you can give me a call at 519-215-0107 and just let me know, and we'll get everything started. So let's start with our first one, which, just so you know, on this list that you get, if you click on the link below the video, it will open up this link, and then click on price, because for some reason it didn't sort them correctly. So click on price and it'll sort the 20 of them based on that. So first one, 314 Main Street in Shelburne. Main Street is never, it's not usually one of those, I'm going to tick the box and say, hey, that's what I'm looking for. But for some folks, it's all about the type of home. And this is an arts and craft home, which is really neat, back in the era of the early 1900s. And it's seen some updates over the years. So this is at the back, so I don't know if you can see, but that's the front door. You walk through these two big, huge rooms, and then you walk to the back, and you've got this kitchen, and then right behind where the picture was taken to the right is like the Eden portion, which is right here. There is another front door, so there's actually two front doors, and then there's also a door to the back. That's one of the rooms when you first walk in, and that is another room when you first walk in. Okay, so you kind of walk to the two, and then the kitchen is back down in there. And then that's one of the rooms at the front of the house. Obviously, it's vacant, so they're looking at pretty good possession. And then this is the kitchen at the back. Now, the backyard, I don't believe, is fenced. There is a laneway at the back, which is where you'd park. There is no garage, so keep that in mind. Okay, so this one here on County Road 10 in little hamlet of Laurel. It's only 2 bedrooms. It used to be the old Orange Lodge, and they've converted this into a home. Obviously, somebody did. Obviously not these people, but somebody has done. And to be quite honest, I remember when I was moving up to the area, I went through this, and yeah, much different than what it is. Now, the one thing to keep in mind, this is County Road 10 right here. This is a road. Now, the property is encroaching on the road. Keep that in mind. It's not like they're ever going to annex the land to build, widen this road. It's not Dixie Road or Eglinton or anything, the big major roads. But kind of keep that in mind. At the back of the property is where the kitchen is. So you have this kind of big mudroom kind of hallway type of thing when you first walk in. And you walk into this big living room, and then at the back you have this other room which serves as a kitchen. And believe it or not, that is the bathroom. Okay, so it's and then there's the master bedroom upstairs. The laundry is up here as well. And when I saw this one, I didn't know where I didn't see any heating ducts up here, so that is an interesting observation. So I don't know about 250, but oh, the other thing I noticed on this is when you buy a country property, we have wells in country properties, okay? And so you have to get your water tested and make sure it's all good, that it doesn't have any bacteria in it and things of that nature. Now, water can test clean and all is good, but it could smell like sulfur, okay? Keep that in mind. Or it may be hard water. There may be iron in your water. If you buy a country property over towards Tottenham, there's a lot of iron in the water. Right? Orangeville, the water is hard. So we have water softeners and things like that. So kind of keep that in mind. 129 Dufferin Street. It's $279. I like this one. It's been renovated and it looks wonderful. It is on a corner. Okay, that is a really beautiful view of the kitchen. Kudos, they did a great job on this. And then you've got this back little room, which is really neat. There's the one thing I like is when you have solariums and it's got the full windows all around. It really adds to this living space. Overall, though, I do like it, and I think the price is pretty fair for what they've done to this beautiful old house. So it looks really nice, and it's got a nice deck on the back, little garage at the back as well. Okay, so 34 Zina Street, $299. It's a townhouse, and I believe it's the end unit. And this would have been built back in the 1800s. It's an old Victorian, and it doesn't look like your standard townhouse. Looks very beautiful inside. Great photos. The floor space is pretty good, and you have an older kitchen. Honestly, for $299. You throw in $10,000 and you do a kitchen renovation. It's pretty big. Now, I don't know if you see, there's a laundry back here in the living room by the looks of it. So keep that in mind. And it just showcases really nice, great area of town. This particular street, Zina, a lot of people. It's a coveted street. People really want to live in this neighborhood. So it's walking to all the shops and everything else, and no garage, little parking at the back there just for one car. But I think it's a nice little place. 249 Berry Street, $329. Okay, so for a bungalow in Shelburne for $329 with a finished basement, with 2-car garage, hands down, I'm a fan. It's great. A lot of people are looking for bungalows, and this is one of the newer ones. And it's just going to depend on the floor plan, whether it works for you or not. If you're looking to downsize, this is one option that you have. The one thing to keep in mind, if you that's a beautiful, beautiful basement. I have to give it to them. Good use of space. They really did a nice job. So the one thing to keep in mind when you move if you're looking to retire to Dufferin County, the taxes are a little bit higher. So keep that in mind. Like this one here, the taxes were $3,400 for 2013. When this property sells, the value of your assessment will go up and your taxes will go up. It doesn't matter where you buy, it doesn't matter if you buy in Barrie or downtown Toronto, that's what's going to happen. So you look at these numbers and you say, hey, $3,400, this is great. Keep in mind, that was an assessment, phased in for a year with the previous price. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now O'Reilly, this is one of the new subdivisions that was built in Shelburne. They're asking $359. This is a detached bungalow. Now, the one thing that I always find is it says that it's better than the builder's price. Okay, so very interesting. Let's take a look inside. I mean, you're not going to have any grass, driveways, anything like that kind of moving in, but it will come over time. You're going to have to pay for your fence. I believe you get grass, and I believe you get a driveway on these particular properties. Now, there's your front door right here. So you're going to have a couple of steps going up. You've got this big bowling alley kind of space. It's big. You can decide how it is that you want to navigate the room and what it is that you want to do. There is 4 bedrooms in this one, so that's nice. And this is actually one of the nicer kitchens that I've seen in these particular models. I know some people, they've picked out some really weird colors and tiles, and it's really nothing matches, but this one seems to be okay. Again, price-wise, what else can you get? $359. That's pretty much brand new, and it was almost move-in ready. So it's just, if you can do the couple of steps up and a couple of steps down. It's not my favorite model, but it is an option for people looking to downsize. So if you're coming in off the farm, or again, if you're coming up from Toronto and you're cashing out, on your property that you bought in 1994 for $300,000 and you're selling it for $1.1 million, then hey, you know what? This is a shoo-in. You know, it's perfect, right? But if costs are a little bit more reserved, then yeah, you need to make sure that you find the right one. 107 Blind Line. This one certainly has curb appeal, and it even says that it's got great curb appeal. And I have to agree wholeheartedly. This is probably one of the nicest properties on Blind Line that was built in the 70s. So very nice. It's got this iron picket fence that goes all the way around the front yard, which is really cool. Inside, I mean, there's things that have been done. Like there's new roof, there's newer windows, there's newer door. Inside, though, it can look a little bit old, right? So, I mean, it's got some neat little things. I don't know if I don't know if this is a retaining wall, but if it was me and I was buying this, I'd knock this wall out. I'd put in a beautiful, beautiful island kind of right here. It would just be absolutely awesome. And it just really opens it up. I mean, again, I just don't know if it's a load-bearing wall. But they certainly do have the appeal from outside. The basement is a crawl space, and then there's another section that's finished. But again, these are the older cabinets that were probably upstairs. And yeah, I mean, there's the backyard. I mean, it looks beautiful. So if you're looking for a yard, I mean, I think they'll do okay. I don't know about the price-wise, but it does certainly speak to a lot of people. 107 Joshua 379, and you know, there's nothing really on this one that's kind of making me go, wow, this is a like absolutely fabulous home or anything like that. It's out by the hospital. It is one of the newer ones, and yeah, you've got a nice big deck that's on the back. I mean, it looks like you're going to have neighbors, right? And that's what you're going to have. There is a new plaza that's going in that's going to, have some businesses and whatnot. I think Subway's opening up, not Subway, but Mr. Sub and I think a dry cleaner that's opening up in there. So, and it's well needed up in that particular area. 71 Colburn 379. Now they've widened the driveway, so you've got lots of parking. You've got the one car. It looks like it needs a little bit of a bathroom makeover there, but it is a back split. Okay, 4 levels. There's 3 bedrooms, and size-wise, I think it's okay. I think this may be a bell fountain model. Maybe, I'm just trying to think. Well, yeah, I mean, whether or not it is, I mean, it doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but this layout, a lot of people tend to like it just because there's a lot of living space on these ones. Room sizes are pretty good too, so for a detached back split, I think there's something there, right? 15 Lawrence 389, big driveway, lots of parking. There's certainly no doubt about that. 1-car garage, and apparently they've done some work to this one. It's kind of hard to see with the photos. I don't know if that is. It says that it's hardwood flooring. I just don't know what kind of hardwood flooring. It kind of looks like parquet or cork, but it says hardwood. Now, yeah, it has a newer kitchen. I'm not a fan of the backsplash. It looks like it really stands out, really kind of in your face, and it looks like they have granite countertops, but usually with granite countertops and backsplash and whatever you do, you tend to kind of have them merge together so they're very neutral. This just seems to be a lot to take in. I mean, it's nice that the kitchen has been done, but I mean, all the way up the wall, and I mean, just, even over here, I think that, it just seems to be a lot in the pattern of it. Again, these are just my comments, though. I mean, somebody's probably going to look at that and say, hey, David, you're wrong. It looks awesome. And that's great. I mean, this is, this is what the videos are all about, to help give you some perspective and context to what it is that we're looking at. You know, older basement, you've got your wood stove in the corner there. And then out in the backyard, this is one thing, it comes with an observatory. And there it is. Now, I don't know if there's value in that, other than, unless you're an astrologer or you're a hobby or it's something that you want to take up. But yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever seen one in town. But anyways, nonetheless, there it is. And then you've got the Every Kids Park, which is a great park for kids. It's got a little splash pad out there as well. But yeah, that observatory, I'm not too sure if it adds value to it. I don't know if it's coming or staying, but anyways. Next one is 49 Elizabeth, and this is, you know, Elizabeth is a really nice street. It's an older house. It's $3.99. You're probably going to need to do a little bit of work to it, sure, but the rooms are nice, and you know, it's nice and big there. Kitchen, may need a little bit of, I don't know. I think it needs some pendant lights right here, just to kind of go with the breakfast bar. But I mean, generally speaking, for this particular area, $3.99. You know, you've got the lot. It's 69 feet wide, 106 feet deep, and there's parking on the side there as well. No garage though. 477 Tansley, and it's $3.99. Now this one here is in Shelburne. It's 2,600 square feet. It's a nice big house. 4 bedrooms, there's 4 bathrooms, and it looks like you could probably get whatever closing date you want because it's vacant. And I think it may be a flip. Well, not really a flip. It's more, I'm going to buy this house and then I'm going to sell it, but I didn't do anything to it. Kind of flip. No appliances, anything else. It's $3.99. At least they went with neutral tones, and you know, and that's great because it really just. You know, I've seen some of these homes, and you know, it's a big mess on color choices in some of these. Okay, so they add a little bit of color into the bathroom, so that's not everyone's cup of tea. But there you have it, and it is. You know, it looks like it's got some, you know, red siding on the back. So, anyways, $3.99. I mean, I know it's a big house, but. Yeah, you just, you know, you could go out and get, you know, a farm property starting on those low ends. Kensington, 236, it's 409, and this one here has an apartment down in the basement, 3 beds, there's 4 baths. Now, this is interesting. The kitchen is newer, and appliances match, range hood obviously doesn't, but I don't know if they've gone ahead and put in different cabinets up top and left the older ones. I don't know what they've done there. It just looks different in the photo. But there you have it. Hardwood flooring, laminate in the kitchen. There's hardwood flooring in the living, dining room, and master, and or sorry, family room, and the rest is laminate as well. Seems like it's a nice house. It looks like it's had the updates that it needs. Photos look good. That's downstairs kitchen. You know, a little bit of checkerboard floor going on there. Interesting. But, you know, it does look like it has a walkout too, so that's kind of nice. 409, yeah, you know, I really don't see anything wrong with that. It looks pretty good. I mean, they've pretty much done, you know, all the, you know, updated windows and roof and furnace and master ensuite renovated. You know, so they've certainly had some things done, right? So, and kitchen as well. Next one, 264 Morden, and this is in Shelburne. Now, 439. 439, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Basement is unfinished. I think it's about 3,300 square feet. I mean, it's a big, big place. Okay. Now, the thing is, sometimes I wonder if they're going to be able to get the prices that they want for these particular properties. it is Shelburne, and there is a little bit of a drive if you have to commute. But it is a big house. I get it, understand it. It is in a subdivision. It does back onto the little kind of overflow pond over there. But yeah, that's a tough one. That's really up there. If they do, that'll certainly set a record for what's going on. Next one is 27 Sunset Drive, 439. This was listed, I think, last year. It's finished walkout basement. It's just like I think there's an entrance to the basement. It's not like a patio door type of thing. It's just it's like a front door. So there's your kitchen, and then your dining room, and then your living room is right there. Now, I still think that price-wise is not there. I mean, this is a very small room, and regardless of which way that you take photos, there's one thing that you can't do is you can't make a place bigger than it really is. And the third bedroom here is close to 11.5 feet by 7.5 feet. It's a tiny one. And then even the master, I mean, it's 13.5 by 10. And so is the other one. And then downstairs, it's a little bit different as well. So anyways, it's a corner lot. The backyard is kind of over on the side here. So it is a beautiful neighborhood. That is certain. 101 Joshua, 449. I think they've priced it bang right on. No problems with that. I think it's a great model, which is the Carlton model. Great, landscaping in the backyard. The basement is finished as well. Good looking kitchen in there. And corner fireplace, TV right above. I mean, it just, pot lights. I mean, you're hitting on all these key attributes, and it looks very cool. They will do very fine. Okay, it's priced where it needs to be for sure. Looks really beautiful. 47 Althorpe, and it's on the west end. 459, 4 bedrooms. There's an apartment down in the basement in this one. And inside, you walk in. You've got this living room, kitchen. You've got the eat-in portion to the right of that. Which you'll probably not. Well, looks like you're not going to see it. Master bedroom's got a walkout. Looks very cool. Basement, there it is. It's all done up. Kitchen down there. So if you have an in-law living with you and you need that extra space, then yeah, this one looks all right. Looks very nice. Backs onto nobody as well. Detached bungalow. Cool. Yeah, I'm a fan. It looks good. Maybe a little bit on the upper end, but nonetheless, it looks pretty good. 42 Rayburn Meadows, 739. We're going to actually have 2 on Rayburn. This one's got 2 kitchens in it. So your front entranceway when you walk in, your kitchen to the right. And yeah, I mean, you start getting up into these price ranges, and you can start having that little checkbox. You get all these things that you're looking for. It's literally just shy of an acre. Hardwood floors. I mean, it looks really nice. The basement is only partially finished, and yeah, I mean, I think it's a good property. The one thing to note just on Rayburn, there is a gravel or sand pit just up the street that kind of backs onto the subdivision. I don't know where this house is, whether it backs onto or not, but just keep that in mind. There will be a little bit of truck travel down there, and just kind of keep that in mind. 27 Rayburn. Okay, this one's over 1 acre now, and it has 5 bedrooms. There's only 2 on the upper floor and then 3 downstairs. But honestly, this is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's done up very nicely. The kitchen is dark. Just kind of keep in mind the pictures. It's hard to take a picture of a dark kitchen, but it's a beautiful looking place. They've done all the updates. It's just a gorgeous looking space. I'm a fan of this one. The basement is finished and it's a full walkout, so very nice. And the last one, 30 the side road in Amaranth. It's close to like it's kind of close to like 6th Line and in Highway 89 kind of area. 849, 3-car garage, unbelievable front entranceway. I mean, it's got curb appeal, hands down. And inside, beautiful kitchen. You've got all the, see, this is backsplash, right? This is how it just all the tiling, it all blends right into the countertops, and all the appliances, built-ins. I mean, it's just a great looking home. See, there it is. See, it just blends right in. Okay, so the other one, it just kind of stood out a little too much. This is more of a subtle feel. Really nice. They even went with the arched range hood. Really, what do you say? I mean, it's a wonderful looking place. But here's the cool thing. Once you start getting outside, you got this pond. That is a spring-fed pond. That's beautiful. It's only 2 years old. Yeah, I certainly think value is there with this particular property. So that is our last one, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we will be back on Monday with another episode of Orangeville Daily Homes. Bye for now.